Hey guys, this is Waldo here with Overdrive Reviews, reviewing today the Evo 4G by Sprint, and it's made by HTC. Now, the basic specs on this phone are a 4.3 TFT display with a 480 by 800 pixels and 65K colors, which is a little washed out compared to some of the newer displays, but again, that's not something too bad on an older phone. Now, what this is running is Android 2.3, and it uses HTC Sense user interface, which is a nice user interface. Now, the basic specs on the outside, we got here a 8 megapixel camera with dual LED flash that supports 720p video recording. I'm not sure how many frames per second. Now, it does have a nice little kickstand here. It does have HDMI out, but that is limited to some applications such as video player that's built into the phone, the music player, and I believe Netflix will also work with that. But I haven't tried it myself, so I can't guarantee that. Now, it does have a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera for video chat, such as with Skype or the Quick Video, which is something built in by Sprint themselves. It does have 512 megabytes of RAM and 1 gigabyte of ROM, but that is not exactly 1 gigabyte, seeing as it does have some used up memory by the user interface and other things of that nature. Now, it does have a 1 gigahertz Snapdragon processor by Qualcomm, and the 1 gigabyte of ROM can be helped out by a micro SD card slot behind the battery here, which it's a little difficult to remove. There we go. Which is actually right there on the side. You just have to lift that little lever up when this battery's out, and you could replace the battery or the SD card slot back there. Now, initially when you do buy this phone new, it does come with an 8 gigabyte stick, but there are some problems with that, and I'm going to get into them here in a minute. Now, it's not too bad of a phone. I did use it for a while. The user interface is a very nice user interface, if I do say so myself. There are some little glitches like that with the new update with the HTC, which is kind of weird. Now, when I go to the storage, it does tell me internal storage, there's only 241 megabytes left out of the 1 gigabyte. Now, the SD card slot, that's another thing. Again, 8 gigabytes isn't too bad, but the problem I ran into, seeing as I am a app junkie and I like applications that sometimes take up pretty good amount of space, is actually the low memory notification on the top bar here. It would say, no low memory, please erase some applications or please erase some files to make space, which is really annoying because it doesn't even let you save a contact when it gets that bad. And when I say bad, it's under 50 megabytes. When it gets under 50 megabytes, I believe 50 or 45, don't quote me on that, it will say low memory up here, and it won't even let you save a contact, which I'm not sure how many megabytes of memory that uses, but I guess it's about 50. And it won't also let you update any applications or any of that. Sorry about that beeping in the background here. I believe somebody needs to replace their backup battery on their fire extinguisher. Now, the Snapdragon processor is quite responsive. It's a nice processor. It does have a little lag sometimes, if you could see that. Again, this is a fresh install, so it's going to be really quick now, but after continuous usage and adding more widgets and applications, that may slow down just because it is not a dual core. It is a single core processor and only has 512 megabytes of RAM. Now, again, this could always be fixed with a task killer or installing a new launcher, which is what my friend here, which I gave the phone to afterwards, did. He did install Launcher Pro, but there's Go Launcher, there's ADW Launcher, and they're all very nice launchers. Either way, they're easily replace the HTC Sense user interface. Now, with that replacement, you will also lose some of the buttons that come built into this. You may also lose the widget that HTC Sense is famous for. You will most likely lose the Friends update. I believe it's called Friend Stream. Sorry. The Friend Stream widget, only application will work. You may lose some of that functionality, but again, you could always replace it with something found in the marketplace, which is now the Play Market, I believe it's called. Now, the problem I ran into, besides the freezing of the HTC Sense user interface, where I'd be in an application doing something, playing a game or texting or whatever, I'd hit the home button, and once I do go this, it would actually show up blank. There'd be a small block in the center, and it said now loading, until everything was loaded, all the widgets, all the applications. Then I could use the phone. But until then, it was really a pain in the butt, because if I needed to do something important, I couldn't do it. Now, again, we could always fix that with a launcher, which is nice since Android allows you to do that. But one of the biggest problems I personally ran into was the application space. Now, again, 8 gigabytes sounds like a pretty good amount of memory, but the problem is not all applications could actually be moved from their internal memory, which is built into the phone, to the SD card. So you may be stuck with some very large applications such as Facebook, Friendstream, if you use Friendcaster, if you use that. Some other large applications like games that won't move over, like my problem was hanging with friends. Last time I checked, you still couldn't move it over to your SD card slot, so that's about 20 to 30 megabytes in the phone that are used up. Now, with only 240 megabytes left, that's not a whole lot. Again, you could always replace it, but those are my thoughts on the phone. If you like the phone, that's not bad. If you don't use too many applications, it's a great phone. Those are my thoughts on the phone. And if you have any comments, ideas, any suggestions on reviews we could do here at Overdrive Tech, just let us know. Send us an email or post a comment on our video here. If you like our videos, please subscribe, and please do leave a comment. Again, if you don't like my reviews, you don't have to watch it. But thanks again for watching. This has been Waldo with Overdrive Reviews, and those are my basic thoughts on the phone.